Hey, and welcome to video 4 in our mini series, Get More Clients, 5 Simple Activities to Explode Your Income. And today's video is going to be a little bit shorter, but I am excited about this one because we're talking about the secret to standing out without shouting louder. And this is really, I had a mark there. This is really, really timely because it is so busy online. It is so noisy, right? So let me just do a quick recap of what we've covered in the video series so far, because I definitely want you to go back and watch the other videos and make sure that you get the benefit of those, because we have covered so much. We've talked about the state of the marketplace today, what's going on, what's selling, what isn't. We talked about on video 1 the most valuable asset you can have in your business into the future. And this is, forget the algorithm, forget what's going on with AI. This will allow you to always have clients and never struggle for clients again. So that was on day 1, video 1. Video 2, we talked about how to create clients and get clients in just 1 focused hour a day. So it was all about how you don't need to have your life chained to your laptop. We don't want you burning out. We want this to be enjoyable. So we talked about that, and we talked very much about how noisy the marketplace is out there, what's going on, but what those client creation activities are and how you can make them your own, because I know that you need to enjoy the activities that you're doing. It needs to be in your wheelhouse in order to make them habitual. And in video 3, we talked about the simple shift that makes people want to work with you, and we were talking about messaging and content. You definitely want to hear that one, because I gave you some tips about what is working today, how to build trust quickly in today's marketplace, and the difference between marketing words and information words. So, the difference between how we speak in a way that activates your audience to actually become buyers, and why so often your message might be falling on flat ears, and how to fix that. And then in today's video, it's a short but sweet and very important one. We are talking about the secret to standing out without shouting louder. And we are talking about building a personal brand. Now, before you kind of tune out or think this isn't for me, or maybe you do know the importance of this, but I know when I first heard about kind of having a personal brand, I thought, oh, that's not really for me. They're on about kind of big brands and choosing fancy colors for your website and blah, blah, blah. And I always talk to people, business owners, mainly solopreneurs, but anyone up to sort of multiple 6 figures who's a service provider or a coach, about not spending loads of time fiddling about with a fancy website with all the bells and whistles and spending hours choosing the perfect color on Canva. You really don't need to do that. That's not what I'm talking about when I'm saying create a personal brand. So hear me on this. Now, it's not to say that you can't have fun with picking out colors and, the feel of your brand. And, if you do a photo shoot, what does that look like? And what objects do you want to have in there? What books, what colors and clothes do you want to wear? What do you want the feel of your brand to be? That's a really worthwhile conversation. When I first created Do Business Like a Woman, it was very much about kind of travel, and it was very fresh and fun and free. And it still is fresh and fun and free, although my values, I still love travel. They've changed a little bit now. I love my home. I live in a farming community, right? I want to share some of that life. I'm an introvert. I'm a highly sensitive person. So for me, creating a life that sustains that, I'm into simplicity, I'm into minimalism, I love all of that stuff. I love to have a beautiful space to live in. I live in the countryside, in the Dales, in the northeast of England, so space and countryside is very important to me, and that is all part of my brand, and I share those pieces. There's also a piece around working with our menstrual cycles as women. I have a condition called endometriosis, so don't worry if you don't know what it is, but it's to do with our cycle, and it can create challenging and very painful periods. It's a chronic health condition, but I have needed to learn how to manage that, how to work with that, and still create a really successful business that still I can look after and take care of my health. And so that is part of my brand too. I talk about that. It's important to me. I want other women, whether they have a health condition or not, to know that whatever challenges they have, you can do this, right? And so that's what I mean by personal brand. So yours is going to be different, but what are some of your values? You know, maybe you share some of mine, maybe not. Maybe for you it's like luxury travel. And I've got a coach. She was one of my first coaches. I'm not working with her currently, but I follow her, and her whole brand is, she lives in Italy. She loves going out to eat. She's out every day having coffee, drinking wine, right? Champagne. She stays at luxury hotels. She's a fashionista. She loves being out and about in society. That's her thing. That's her brand. And people love it, right? Her people love it. So point is, yours is going to be yours. Mine is mine. Hers is hers. They all different. Why is this so important, and what does this have to do with getting clients? What it has to do with getting clients, as we are coming and we're into the age of AI and online being so noisy and trust being so low and all the things, what is going to have you stand out? What can AI never replicate? You can never, well, it can try, right? But you are you. It can never create that soul connection. It doesn't have a soul. Well, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't have a soul. So you and your personal brand, your unique personality, your set of values, that's what you want to be sharing, and your people are going to resonate with that. Now, I'm not suggesting you share every detail, intimate detail of your life unless you want to, or use your kind of, you know, online space as your private journal. I'm not suggesting that, but it is worth taking the time to think about, what are your values? What is unique about you? And maybe you've done this, but I do this all the time. This is really an ongoing conversation in my head, in my business. You know, what do I want to lean into? What do I want to share? How can I share a bit of my life? Whether that's my yoga that I do every day, whether that's sharing the dog walk that I go on with my dog Rosie, and sharing some of the beautiful countryside and the farmland around here, and little videos and photos from that. You know, whether it's sharing some of my health journey and what I've done to heal, and the cleanses and the healthy eating and all the things, right? You could say, well, how is this related to getting clients? Well, it isn't, but this is my personal brand. And as we go into the future, this is what's going to set you apart. And even today, we need to be doing this. Now, you don't need to be an influencer. I don't need to be an influencer. For most of us here, the level of clients we want, the level of money that we want to earn, and what we're creating, we don't need to be an influencer. And even when you are an influencer, it doesn't automatically mean that you earn money or get clients, right? So I'm not talking about you becoming an influencer and having hundreds of thousands of followers. You can have a small audience. I'm simply talking about you being a generous expert and sharing some of you in whatever way that suits you, in whatever platform or on whatever platform you choose. And this gets to be really, really fun, right? It gets to be fun. There are other brands out there that are bold, or, you know, brands for like older women in the second half of life. I'm in the second half of life, but do you know what I mean? So think about what yours is. What makes you stand out? What do you want to share with your people? This is how you future-proof your business. And we really want to celebrate your uniqueness and support you. And we do that inside of my mini program, Turn Browsers into Buyers, where we have a community of women who uplift each other. Each is as different, but they have similarities. We've got several energy workers in there, so several women who, what they're selling is not tangible, but they are still selling, they're still doing that. So what's amazing about the community is it's so uplifting, it's so supportive, it's a soft place to land when you need it, because let's face it, the business journey can be a lonely one and it's not always easy. But when you're part of a community that listens and gets you and lifts you up and inspires you, and also what they do is they share their own journey. They share what's working, they share what didn't work, they share their struggles, and I support them in a group chat and with coaching calls. It's a small, intimate group. and I imagine it's going to probably stay that way, although we're growing, but I want to keep it intimate. It's currently £59 a month, cancel anytime, so it's an absolute no-brainer in terms of what you get for the money that you pay. So if you're interested to find out the details, send me a DM, or you can comment term browsers into buyers below. But we are going to help you to think about your personal brand and how you're showing up and putting that out there, get you over any hurdles so that you can clear the way, really show up authentically and activate your audience. And this is how you make sales. This is how you get fully booked with clients. So super excited to welcome you into Term Browsers into Buyers, if that feels like a fit. The next video 5, this is a good one. We are doing how to create a gold mine of ready to buy clients. So excited. We're going to finish strong, and you're definitely going to want to watch that one. See you on video 5.